think honestly, one of the number one things I'm not trying to hear, and no disrespect to any people out there. I'm not trying to hear that Christians are trying to force their beliefs on you because, when I have to get on Facebook on a daily basis, and I don't actually have to get on Facebook, but I do because it's just a good way to keep in contact with people, and it's a good way to get jobs. It's a good way to buy things. It's just really convenient. And really, we kind of live in the world that is operating in the realm of social media. So when I have to get on there and I'm being bombarded with images of transhumanism and transvestites, and all these agendas that basically don't align with my Christian beliefs, and you want to say I'm forcing my beliefs on you, yet I see these things all the time, then that's where I start to draw the line because, this is everywhere. Like secular, antichrist, satanic beliefs are literally everywhere, constantly being bombarded with it. Just the whole business model of most people in the world is evil, you know? All this consumerism, God told us not to build up our treasures on earth but in heaven, but these businesses come and they try to manipulate you into thinking that you need all these things that you don't need. That's satanic. It's satanic manipulation. It's dark psychology. That's why they have all these marketing teams out here to try to convince you that the product that you're getting is worth something when it's literally worth nothing. You cannot grow spiritually from 90% of these things, and you make them your gods type deal. God said don't worship the creation, worship him, because he is the one that created all these amazing things around here. You want to say you created your business and you created this house and this kind of thing. The materials that you use for that house actually belong to God. They were here before you got here. They were here before man got here. The psychology or the mentality that you use to build that house literally can only be in you from God. So, you're worshiping your own prowess when God is the one that put that in you. So, when I hear people say, don't force your Christian beliefs on me, especially when they're posting on a Christian post and they start talking about their beliefs, it's like, are we being a little hypocritical? I think so. I think I try to draw that to their attention and they usually don't get it. But it's kind of hard for people to get these things because it's hard when you are in the secular world to look at yourself. It was for me. Sometimes it's even hard for me to look at me now. So, you can't necessarily take the plank out of your eye if you don't even know it's there. But yeah, all TV was just naked people. All the music is naked people rapping about their ability to have sex, and I'm constantly bombarded and have secular antichrist satanic beliefs forced on me all the freaking time, bro, all the time. I was talking about race even, this whole idea of race is an antichrist secular belief. This whole black and white thing didn't really even come to pass until like the 1500s, from my understanding, where God had actually made the races by their spiritual disposition. So if you look at Noah's children, Japheth, Shem, and Ham, these are the three races, okay? You have Japheth, whose tents would be enlarged and would dwell in the tent of Shem. You had Shem, which means fame, and these were like the people of God. And then you also had Ham, who defiled his father's bed. I'm pretty sure those were Noah's kids. And basically denied God type deal. And so you had these different nations that came out of these three sons. And Ham went off into Africa, Egypt, like all this Egyptian mythology comes from Hamites. Yeah, so these are the mentalities that people have today for the most part. Yeah, it's just spiritual disposition. But we're looking at people's appearance and not at their heart. Because, my brother, he could be white, but my brother could also be Asian. He can be black. He believes in God. He's doing the will of God. The Messiah said, this is my father, my brother, my sister, okay? Those are those people who believe in God. They're Shemites, all right? These people over here, these Kemetic people, these black people, that practice all these Egyptian mythology methods and literally are worshiping the same gods as these people that are in the government. Those gods that those people worship in the government, they might have white skin and blonde hair, but at the end of the day, it's the same God that's over in Africa. It's got the same mentality, it's got the same characteristics. All they did was rename them and make them look like what they did. So those people are Hamites. That's why you got the Egyptian pyramid on the back of the $1 bill. Satanic. All that's satanic. We worship the things we have. We worship money. I mean, just working at this festival, there was a guy that showed up, and although he's no better, the way that these people were looking at this guy, because he just showed up and he started working, and he was a little overweight and he looked dirty, and the eyes that they were giving him, secular mentality. I'm looking at this person, at the way that they're dressed, and I'm basically saying that I'm better than them. Bombarded with that. That's why you have all these clothing stores out here. You have to look a certain way to be cool and to be clean and for people to talk to you, and it's true, and that's the way people act. Then you have all these secular beliefs concerning education. Oh, well, you have to get a bachelor's degree to get this job. You can't learn anything on your own. We need you to spend $40,000 because really school's a business. I mean, I didn't mean to say that. This whole world is full of secular beliefs that are forced on Christians and other people as well. And because of this programming, people want to come and talk about how Christians are forcing their beliefs on them. But what did God tell us to do? Don't steal, don't murder, don't covet, don't look at people's appearance, look at their heart. All these really great commands that people don't actually want to follow, but then when they complain about why the world is the way it is, that sex trade up in Toledo, Ohio, and through Detroit, Michigan, secular beliefs put that in order, because it definitely wasn't God. God's like, love your neighbor as yourself. Kidnapping women and children on the street, definitely a secular thing. So no such thing as secular humanism either. Humanism is nothing but Satan's version of godliness, which, it even says in the Bible, Satan comes as an angel of light. These people are still trying to be God. They're trying to do things on their own, and they don't have a spirit. Been to those groups, they don't have a spirit. They have come to the mental understanding that some things are probably better than others, but without the Spirit of God, you cannot actually walk in those things in spirit and in truth. So anyway, gotta go, guys. Probably gonna make a part 2 of this video. Just gonna analyze my surroundings and watch all these secular things that try to force themselves upon me today. You guys have a blessed one. Bye.